Ah, volume check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you guys hear me okay? Company, hello! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's been a while! Hello, I'm so sorry. I've had my ass kicked multiple times this week, but I am here to yap about it. I am here to tell you about all the things I have eaten, I stuffed myself with this week, and all the people I did stuff. Good morning, hello. Congrats on surviving. Yeah, no, honestly, I will say surviving this week has given me... I know my ego is already humongous, but after this week, my ego is unbeatable, unknockable. You cannot try to deflate my ego if you even tried. Unstoppable ego, literally. She says until it gets knocked. Hello, I love your shorts. Like YouTube shorts? I upload YouTube shorts? I know how to edit YouTube shorts? How's it going? It's going okay. I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, today's gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Oh gosh, to be fair, your ego is justified. No, it wasn't even like the food. The food's a normal thing. I'm always making delicious food. But it's just more of like the volume of everything that I had to do. Oh my god. And also the amount of socializing. Yeah, unfortunately, I mentioned to you guys, I don't like streaming when I'm not high energy or in like the best mood, because it makes me feel poopy, because it's all like, oh, you guys are spending your precious time watching me. I should be better, you know? But no, oh gosh, I don't even know where to start. I've had, the solution to having a relatively clean house is to just have people over all the time. because if people are over, then in terms of your image, you feel like, oh, I must keep the house clean. But yeah, so I will pull up my Twitter, because I think that's the best way to show everything that I've done this week. But before we get to that, how have you guys been? It's been a while. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Thank you, Yuuna, for 22 months resub. 22 months, 2 months until 2 years. Lots of twos today. I see. Thank you. Thank you, Barky, for the gift sub. Thank you, Yans, for the 22 months resub. Thank you. 5 days. Busy week for me. Still got an hour left of work. You're slacking right now? You're watching Yuuna while you're working? How could you? You look like one of the other VTubers I watch. It's crazy to admit. You're lucky I am not a jealous woman. I'm very open-minded. Had a fun weekend at Carrier Con. Oh yeah, that did happen this weekend. Wow, how was it? I did not realize Carrier Con was that not that it's not that big, but because I thought that Carrier Con was just like the concert. Like, I didn't realize it was like a whole convention. There was like an artist alley and like a bunch of like cosplayers and everything. And I was like, wow. Yeah, no, I would have stopped by if I had like six different Yunas cloned, I think. if there were 6 Yunas, I probably could have made Carrier Con. Probably. But yeah, so okay, I am going to expose them a little bit. And I'm exposing them purely out of love, okay? I do want to say that. I am exposing them purely out of love. But wow, are all, like, basically, if you guys are ever going to guess the ethnicity of your favorite VTuber or your Oshi, at this point, just assume that they're Filipino. Because what the hell is... like, so the girls, if you guys didn't know, I had Pillow, Essie, Rocky, Lazu, and Divi. Was that all of them? Am I forgetting someone? I feel like I'm forgetting. Wait, Lazu, Pillow, Rocky, Essie, Divi. I think that was all, right? And then Emmy and Hio couldn't make it. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting someone? Like my forgotten child. I swear I'm not. Yeah, okay, no. So, oh my god. Okay, like I was up the night before because I was also baking for my event and stuff. And so Essie sends me a text and Essie's all like, what time works for you? And I was all like, well, you guys wanted lunch, right? So that means that you guys should probably come at lunchtime, right? And so then originally it was 12, and then I got a text back a bit later that was like, oh, can we do 3? It's okay if we can't do it. I don't want you stressed. And I was all like, it's too late. I'm already stressed. And so then I got a text maybe like an hour later. And it was like, okay, are you okay with 3:30? And I was like, do I really have a choice at this point? I have already bought like all the groceries. I've been cooking and prepping like all night already for this day. And then I got a text that was like, okay, we're gonna come at 3:30, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But I have Essie on Find My, and so I was like tracking a little dot, and then like so she would text me, she'd be like, sorry, we're running a little bit late, and I was like, I know. and then she was like, we're on, and I was like, oh, maybe like because they were coming all the way up from LA and through SF and stuff, because I'm on East Bay. And I was like, maybe you guys should take public transit. I know that sounds scary. I know it sounds terrifying, but I promise you the BART is not that bad. Not sponsored, but I promise you the BART isn't that bad. And then I get a text, and then she was all like, okay, we're gonna come at 3:40. And then I saw where they were, and I was like, you are absolutely not coming at 3:40. And then I got a text, and then they were like, and at this point, I finished cooking around like 2-3 p.m. ish. But I was like, you know what? They can believe what they want to believe, okay? And then it's around 4, and they're still not here. And so then Essie's all like, okay, we're gonna get there at 4:40. And in my head, I'm all like, you know you're not. 5:30, they finally show up. And then they were like, the food is cold. And I was like, I fucking wonder why. And all of that, and they actually like parked at like the wrong house as well. So they were like, oh, we're here, Yuuna. I stood on my driveway, and I was like, no, you're not. But yeah, so don't bother guessing what ethnicity your Oshi or your VTuber is. They're all Filipino. Oh my god. I was like if this was not a group of very cute girls that I appreciate very much and that I promise I would feed, I probably would have just like turned them away. Oh my gosh, it was so like I was like I think like if I had made plans with someone, and that being said, I am pretty forgiving because for me, making plans in the first place is like it's a lot of work. So I know for some people it's all like, oh, if someone's like 10 to 15 minutes late and they don't text you that they're late, then you just go home. I am someone who also relishes in my own company quite often, so I don't mind solo dining. I also don't mind just like sitting there and like drinking like a glass of wine and reading on my own, which is why I think I'm more willing to wait if someone's late. But oh my god, no, but they were all very daughter coded, and then like literally. Like it was like midday and it was also really warm, and then all I hear like running down the sidewalk is Pillow going, Yuuna, feed me, I'm so hungry, Yuuna, I didn't eat anything all day. And I was like, yeah, because you probably thought that you were gonna get here at like a reasonable time. Of course you're fucking starving. And I felt so bad because I really wanted like a damn, you're a bit like me. Unless no one is around, then I eat by myself. That okay? It's gonna sound really sad. I can drink on my own. I can't eat on my own. Like, I don't care if you're eating or not. I need you to be sitting near me as I eat. I can't eat on my own. But if it's just drinking, I'm fine drinking on my own because I used to do that a lot in college because I was in school during COVID. So I would only be able to drink on my own. So 15 minutes late, 1 hour. In this case, I think they were just being very optimistic about SF traffic, even though I have lived here for a couple of years now and I have witnessed that traffic, especially at 3 to 4 is when people are heading home from work, because what the hell is a 9 to 5, you know? So she was about to die. She really, really was about to die. No, she was, wow. No, she could really put it away. But because when I first saw all the girls, I was like, oh, I need to get food in all of you. So tiny. Rookie mistake, never be optimistic about Cali City traffic. Yeah, definitely. And then they were like, oh, SF drivers are like insane. And I was like, yeah, that's why we just like usually take public transit and walk everywhere. But yeah. So thankfully that meal, but I did a lot. The only realization I came to this weekend primarily was, wow, I never want to work in a kitchen. Like, I was sick of looking at my kitchen at some point, okay? I was like, yeah, I could never do this ever again. So, okay, let me pull up my Twitter. So my week was very, very busy. As you guys know, my last stream was freaking. Was my last stream even? It was when I did the flowers, right? Okay, so I delivered this bouquet to a client the same day right after I finished stream, and that's when I went grocery shopping and stuff. This is my own little arrangement. And I have been cooking very well. When it comes to my friends, I turn it. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, I'm not super pressed about. I'm pretty laid back about people being late as long as it's not an international trip and as long as there's not a reservation. If you are late to a reservation, I am much less forgiving about that. But it's all like, oh, my friends are like, okay, let's go out for drinks at like 5, and then they show up at like 5:15, 5:30, or maybe 6, and I'm all like, okay, whatever, I'm already at the bar, I don't mind too much. But I'm really unforgiving when it comes to reservations, or like if we're traveling internationally. It's all like, if you tell me you're meeting me at this time, you better be there. You know. But to be completely honest, other than my, sorry, I'm like kind of exposing everybody in my life right now. Other than Pancake and my husband, I don't think I know anyone in my life that's ever on time. All of my closest friends, I usually have to account like 30 minutes to an hour for them to actually show up. Like, I do not take it seriously when they tell me, oh, I'll be here or whatever. So thank you, I appreciate it. So then this is when I started cooking the day after. I've been really into making charcuterie boards. I really love, like, it's very like colorful, very artistic. Although I do feel a little bit bad for people who don't like their food touching, but it's all like the whole point about charcuterie is everything's touching, you know. And so this is the charcuterie that I made. She's very girly pop. Had a couple of cheeses here. And then, well, I think the most... Sorry, I'm once again putting this friend on blast. I think the most impressive thing ever was I have a friend that's really bad with time. And so she's normally an hour late. So I gave her a time that was 2 hours. 2 hours? What was it? 2 hours before? No, 2 hours after the actual time. So that... she still ended up like 4 hours late. It doesn't work. It doesn't work, unfortunately. Even like with Tonya's gotten really good about it. Tonya's really good about it now. But when we had first like became friends, and if I had any morning plans together with her, I would usually have to give her like a time that was like 30 minutes before the actual time so that she could be there. She's pretty good about it now. Thankfully. Although I did tell Tonya to wake up at like 8:30 the other day, and she was like, oh, that's the earliest I've had to wake up in like a really long time. I was like, what the fuck? I really did raise that spirit. She was calling your bluff. I guess she was. um, no, Tonya's pretty good now about if I tell her we will leave the house at 9, we will leave the house at like 9:05, which is really good. Okay, it used to be we're leaving the house at 9, and then well, and by the time she's done, we'll end up leaving the house like 10:15 or something. How are you told 2 hours early and still? I think the problem is like, okay, there's not really a defense for them, but in their defense, I did grow up in Houston, and Houston traffic is my like easy top 3 of worst traffics like in the world. So I think I have a really good sense of traffic time because of that, and because I also worked in the city for a while, I also know how the traffic is in and out of it. So I think a lot of my friends that either don't drive or they just moved here, they aren't aware. They don't take me seriously when I tell them traffic is really bad, and I think that's usually what happens. because I'll meet up with them, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize the traffic could be that bad," and I was like, "Yeah, it was that bad." But yeah. So then this is a spread that I made for the girls. This is a steak, which I know all the girls were complimenting a ton. Although I will say, my freaking multivitamins are in the back of this photo though, which is a little embarrassing. But it's okay, it's working. You know how I told you guys I was really stressed out because I was like losing my hair from like stress. But then I just told myself to stop stressing, and I started taking vitamins, and now my bald spot is gone. Thankfully, it was not like a genetic or aging bald spot. It was just a bald spot from me tugging out my hair too much because I was so stressed. But I am no longer. Yeah, no, I was like, because Pillow had made a tweet about how Pillow's such a brave girl, but she had made a tweet about how she had never taken like that VTuber phone photo before. So I was all like, oh, I want one. I felt bad asking for it because they were so hungry. And I was like, is it okay if we take one? Oh my gosh, they honestly came. It was horrendously warm for like 2 days in like the bay. Like I was fucking fanning myself. You see this fan in the back? I was fucking carrying this around the entire house while I was cooking because it was so freaking hot. But thankfully it went back to being cool yesterday. Like it actually even was a little bit chilly when I was walking outside. But yeah, it was really cool like meeting all of them for like the first time. So I made charcuterie board. I made a tiramisu, which apparently I was told by my in-laws that this tiramisu is the best thing I've ever made. And I was like, wow, I've made you a lot of things. That's like really impressive to hear. It was so hot. I was dying too. And I had the oven because everything that I was baking, like my bread bakes at like 450 like Fahrenheit. So it was just really freaking warm. How big is your head after hearing that? Too big. And then I made a Caesar dress. I managed to get Pillow to eat her greens. I actually had gotten a list of food aversions, allergies, etc. from all the girls already. And I noticed some of the girls were like, oh, I don't like eating greens. I don't like really having salad. And I was all like, well, that's too damn bad. I made a homemade Caesar dressing. It's like my secret dressing. It's like always everyone always enjoys it. So it ended up being really good. I made salt bread. Unfortunately, the salt bread, it was not my best batch. I think my yeast was a little bit old, and so it didn't rise all the way. And so here's the spread, charcuterie, and there was I made a triple chocolate chip white chocolate hazelnut cookies that did not make this photo. And I think someone was asking what the drinks were. One was just like a sweet tangerine, like fizzy, a carbonated drink from Whole Foods, and the other one was a bottle of Moscato, but I ended up being the only one drinking. I really felt like a wine-on at that moment. Yeah, and then immediately after that, I made my exhibition piece. Thankfully, we had prepped all the flowers on stream, because otherwise I think I would have been there all day. So I ended up showing up at like 8:50 a.m. and I finished at 12. Okay, bye Kinetic. And so this was I honestly was really stressed out because they gave me the table that was in the center right in front of the door. So when everyone walks in, like it was the first thing you saw. I felt a little bit bad actually because I was there the first day of the exhibition, so I got to talk and meet a lot of people, and all of them would be like, "This is my favorite piece," and I was like, "I feel like you can't say that when there's like so many like veterans and like all the people that have been here for multiple years like around me." I was like, "No," but then I was the only pastel arrangement there. Everyone else had like really huge arrangements, and I think it was like very bold and very vivid colors. And so everyone was like, "Oh, like this really feels like spring," and I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad." No, it turned out really great. I was really happy. This is the progress picture. This is like when I first started when it came in, and then this is like 25% done, and then this is about like 65% done, and this is the final piece. No, I honestly, it was really funny because I was like crashing out on my private account. I was all like, I'm not good enough to be here. I'm a sham, like everything. And then I think maybe like 10 minutes later, I was like, wow, I'm so fucking good at this. Like, I was like, wow, I'm amazing actually. I have such an eye for colors. I'm so good. Like, wow, good thing I'm working in flowers now. It was like, I swear it was like a 10-minute like difference between the two. Oh, you never crash out. That's crazy. Wow, me not crashing out. That's crazy. No, I think it definitely was very. How was the macarons? They were yummy. They were yummy. I liked them. They were good. I don't make macarons. I'm sure I could. I personally refuse to because I just don't want to. I just don't want to work with that. So I always appreciate macarons. I've never had a bad macaron. But that was really yum. Yeah, I asked for a bunch of snacks for everyone that came to visit me, which was actually a surprising large amount. People who came to see me, so it was very yummy, very yummy. And macarons can be a little bit tricky. I want to make them sometimes because you can make a lot of designs of macarons. Like, have you ever seen like those character macarons? Like, they're so cute, but no, I don't want to mess with that. I also hate working with dye. I feel like I can never get the color to turn out the way I want it to, and then most of the time once you've dyed it you can't really fix it, you know? Lots of macaron. It's like a little French cookie sandwich essentially. That's very yummy. It's very yummy, and there's normally like a ganache in like the center of it or some sort of filling. But I like macarons I like them a lot because whatever flavor they're advertised as is usually that flavor. I know this is very specific, but sometimes when someone's all like, "Oh, this is like a raspberry flavored something," right? And then you eat it and you're like, there ain't fucking raspberries in this. So the nice thing about macarons is, no, I've saved so many Miffy macaron videos, but no, I'm too lazy to make macarons. I can't. But my brother-in-law is really good at making macarons, and so if I ever want any, I just usually ask him to make them for me. But he usually gets really lazy about it too. But yeah. So this is my final, and I don't think people realized how. Okay. If you don't if you don't want to see my face, just cover your eyes real quick, okay? Just close your eyes, okay? I don't think people realize, because I think when I posted it, people didn't realize how big the pot was. Because I think when I posted it, I think compared to everyone else's arrangement, it looked very small. But when I stand next to it, I think you can see how big it is. It was like a 50-pound pot by the time I finished. So the pot itself was like 15 pounds, and then the water and everything else inside of it was another, and the flowers was probably another like, no, sorry, the water inside, because I put 4 gallons of water in it. And then, yeah, I messaged my girls, I was like, how heavy can you lift right now? Because Nini already pulled his back, like lifting this in the first place. So so I had to send Pancake with him to go pick up my, because I didn't want to take my flowers out. And then I think I pulled something as well. But yeah, it ended up really big. Like I don't think people realize how big it was until I stood next to it. But yeah, no, it was, and it's crazy because all the arrangements you see in the back were like even bigger than mine. But yeah, so and then I showed up at like 9 a.m. so I can get like a photo of like the chapel, like the light coming through like the chapel window and like hitting. You know, it was a really big pot. It was a huge pot, and so it was crazy heavy even while. And now it's sitting in front of my. It's sitting in front of my house because I don't think I can lift it onto a dining table without scratching up my table probably. Such poor form though, though situating it in the middle of the table, that can be rough. Yeah. This is all you're doing? Yes, it was. I did it all by myself. Hee. And then I had my first technically my first cafe pop-up as Yuuna was the meet and greet cafe at Gamers Heaven. But this was my first cafe pop, and this was all within the same weekend. I was honestly fucking losing my mind. Like it was like every morning I would have to wake up at like 7 something. I need to go pick up new flowers because everyone was struggling at the exhibition because it was so warm those 2 days that all of the tulips were opening up too quickly and a lot of them were wilting from the heat. And so every single morning, a lot of us had to go buy more tulips and refresh our arrangements. But the problem is it's a really bad season for tulips because a lot of the tulip farms had to close early due to the heat, and also crowds had trampled over too many of them. And so we were all like struggling to like find new tulips to buy. So I had to go to Trader Joe's like every single morning to like refresh all my tulips. And so I got asked by a friend to that same weekend if I wanted to bake for a pop-up, and I was all like, oh, this is something that I did really wanted to do last year. I wanted to have an SF coffee pop-up so that people can like have my baked goods and stuff. And so my friend was having a pop-up, and you guys sold out. I was not expecting to sold out. I sold salt bread, and then I sold Shanghai butter rice cake, which made me crash out. I actually ended up making an extra batch at like 1 a.m. in the morning because I just felt like the ones I had weren't good enough because I was using 2 different. This is my fault. I shouldn't have tested a new recipe the day before, but I was all like, oh, maybe I can make it even better. So I ended up making 2 types. I made one that was a little bit more like Hawaiian butter mochi, and then I made one that was more like crunchy, like more like a rice cake than anything. But yeah, I was crashing out over it. I was like I was baking until like 1 a.m. I was like texting my friend. I was all like, don't sell them, like you know what, like, you just have it for free, like it's not good enough to sell, you know. But you guys end up selling me actually a surprisingly large amount of breadcrumbs, or viewers, or just people that knew of me, were able to go and get some and sent photos, and I was very happy about that. But I will say, this is where I do announce that after April, unless you want to take the bet that I'll show favoritism towards you, or you're a returning customer, or you're a friend, I probably will not be taking any more baking orders for a while. I think I'm gonna get really busy pretty soon, especially when I start working. So and I think after this weekend, because I didn't post it, but I made 2 whole tiramisus as well for my aunt's birthday that I also made the same night that I was baking all of my bread and the Shanghai rice cake for the pop-up. So I think after this weekend, I was all like, I think I'm done baking. Like, I think I'm done. Yeah, I didn't post a photo of it because I used the wrong tip for my cream, and I just felt like it didn't look that pretty. But I made 2. Yeah, here. I made two tiramisus as well. That day, that night. So I made 2 tiramisus. 30 rolls of bread. No, 40? No, 40 rolls of bread. And then like 40 of the Shanghai butter rice cake, but I didn't sell all of them because I didn't. Yeah, it was. I was honestly crashing out at that point. But it was in that moment that I realized I was like telling like Nini and Pancake, I was like, I think I'm done baking. Like after this, like I think this is like I'm done. Like not because like I hate baking or whatever, but I'm just done. Like it was just a lot. So like I said, like unless you're like a returning customer or you wanna bet that I'll show you some favoritism or whatever, I think I'm closed to orders for now. You know how it was there was that joke that was like the people that run what was it OpenAI? Like OpenAI was all like, oh, we'll never let our AI model like write erotica unless we like need money, and then their newest model like wrote erotica. Same thing here. So like I'm telling you guys, I'm never baking ever again. But however, if you see me post that I'm taking orders, it's because it means that I'm broke as fuck. But yeah, it was a really busy time. I think this may be like a temporary, like, cause remember like the first time I made salt bread, I was all like, I'm never doing this shit ever again, and I made it like 8 more times after that. This may just be like the burnout, like talking right now, but after April, I think I will take a step back from baking for a while, at least so I get situated in my floral work. Unless on certain special occasions. I mean, yeah, if you message me and well, I also honestly need to raise my prices. I know that I undercharge, but that's because I have no faith in myself, except I have a lot of faith in myself. Yeah, but then like my friend was all like, "Oh, you sold out." And I was like, "Oh my god, really?" Yeah, I knew I would. But then before that, I was all like, "Oh, this isn't good enough. Like, don't even bother selling this. Like, it's not worth it." Oh! So I'm glad it turned out well. I'm glad it turned out well. And then okay, take care. Bye. And then I also released a new cover. If you guys got to watch it or listen to it, make me very happy. It's for Suisei's birthday. I love Sweet Chan. I wouldn't be streaming it if it wasn't for her, so very, very happy about it. Yeah, baking bread is also so labor intensive, and it was just peak cover. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh my god, I actually, you know how I told you guys like, oh, I'm not gonna cover Sigrika's like character song. I'm not gonna do it, you guys. And then I commissioned a guide for it over the weekend. It's like 8 layers of ad libs and like 4 layers of harms, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking cooked. But I do have some more recording stuff. And then this is the dinner that I made. I had some friends come over, and Tonya has her friends over as well. And so I was like, okay, I'll give them an American meal. Please give me. You're always welcome to come up. Oh, also, wait, give me a second. Oh, my foot fell asleep again. Ah! How do you wake your foot up without it being painful? Oh, why is my blood circulation so poor? Okay. So we did prime. So actually, it's all the same cut of meat, but we turned one into a prime roast, and then we turned the other one into a steak that you can kind of see here. So I was on some fat fuck shit here. So I scraped all of the brown salted butter that was on my trays from the salt bread, and I put them in the mashed potatoes. It was fucking fire. It was so good. And I ended up also using some of the brown butter that I had scraped off in the creamed corn as well. It was freaking delicious. Oh! And then I actually really like this salad. It's really easy to make. It's a kale salad with a Dijon honey dressing, and then I had like a soft like herby cheese sprinkled, and then I also roasted some chickpeas, and I had apple slices, and then I tried making my own steak frites. I wanted to fry some really thin like fries, but wow, frying things is really hard. Like wow, like making french fries is really high effort. I think next time I will just freaking buy it from In-N-Out or something. And so that was really delicious. And I also had I also made creme brulee as well. Honestly, one of the best creme brulees I've made. I put a little bit of espresso into it, espresso powder into it, so it was like the perfect like creamy, espresso-y like creme brulee, super yummy. And then I saved the rest of it because it didn't set properly. To be completely honest with you guys, I was in a bit of a rush, and I think my ramekins were too high. But I saved the mix to go into an ice cream maker. So I'm gonna make creme brulee ice cream in a couple of days, and I'm very excited about it. Hee. But yeah, that was my weekend. I'm fucking exhausted. Like every night I lay in bed and I just pass the fuck out. Like I'm so fucking tired every single day. But no, I can kind of rot this week. I have plans tonight. But then I should be okay the rest of this week. And then I'm really busy again over the weekend. But it do be like that sometimes. At least you slept good? No, I've had a lot of nightmares a couple of days. It's been but like they're like really ridiculous nightmares. Anyway, how about you guys? Sorry I haven't been able to stream every single day. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna make him stream. Like I wanna play 3.2. You know, I haven't even been able to go to sleep while reading Luke and Rover fanfics because I didn't want to get spoiled by 3.2 accidentally. But I was like, I've been too busy to play and I'm so tired. So I'm actually gonna try to play in a bit now that we've gone like an hour of yapping in. I have to go out at like, no, your job. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh yeah, and then I tried to go to Build-A-Bear this weekend because I really wanted my cookie giraffe doll to like celebrate my employment, but dirty, awful, ugly resellers are reselling it unstuffed for like 200, and I'm just all like, God forbid a girl wants to be whimsy and happy. Oh my god. And so I was also very distraught this weekend that I could not get my Build-A-Bear. I was all like, is it time to use the breadcrumb network to fucking get my Build-A-Bear? Yeah, I don't understand, like, what's the whole point of sculpting like plush animals? Like what the fuck is wrong with you? But yeah, I actually had a friend come visit me, and they were like, so every time you bake and you post it on Twitter, like, is that just for fun or is someone paying you? And I was like, I don't think I've baked for fun in at least 2 years. Anything that you ever see me post that I've baked is probably because someone paid me to do it. But I don't charge enough, so it might as well be for free, I guess. People stop buying a whole stock of what you want. I know. I just don't understand. Like, don't get me wrong. I have also had the mindset of sometimes I look at the things I own. I think to myself, wow, if I sold this, I can make a lot of money. But I would never actually sell it. Like, it's just more of like a, oh, damn, that's a lot of money sitting in that case right now. I'm trying to think about if there's anything else that I can tell you guys about, but yeah, I'm freaking exhausted. I'm so tired. Wow. You think about sometimes merch? Yeah. Sometimes I look at like my display cases and I'm not like, wow, that's a lot of money sitting in there. Too much money. Oh, I haven't yapped in so long that my nose got stuffy again. Oh no. But wow, yeah, no, there was a lot of people in the Bay this weekend for CarrierCon. And like, I know I have like a deranged mindset where I was like, oh wow, I wish I could have made them something to eat. But then I realized if I took on any more than I already took on, I think I would have died. Like I think I would have just like shriveled up until like nothing and then just like die. So maybe it's for the best. The burnout, it's okay. I'm only like a step away from burnout. I'm not burnout yet. It's like alright. It's like acceptable still. But yeah. I have been really sad though that I haven't really been able to read anything or do anything other than slave away in the kitchen and the oven, and I'm tired and I'm exhausted. And now that I'm done catching you guys up with everything, I'm too tired to go on. So tell me things instead, okay? Yeah, I have a decent, but I still have to socialize quite a bit. But this week, I said I was going to like reject like after, cause another one of my friends flew in this weekend, which is why I'm going out tonight to get yeah, you know, she wanted to go to House of Prime Rib, and I was like, I just had prime rib. So I'm gonna roll up to prime rib and I'm gonna fucking order fish or something, and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? But I heard the fish at House of Prime Rib is actually pretty good. I just can't do any more meat. Like I had like Chinese meat skewers for the first time as well this weekend, and it was so yummy. It was really, really good. Yeah, hold on. Wait, do they still sell fish there? I heard they have fish there. Heading to LA this weekend for the Taco Torre concert. Wow, have fun, have fun. I can't believe the wifey ordered salmon from a steakhouse. This place is called House of Prime Rib, not House of Salmon. But I'm tired of prime rib. I had too many. Yapping away, keeping the worries at bay. What's a good way to start baking? I mean, easy stuff to bake. The easiest stuff to bake. Well, okay. Well, I was gonna say cookies are really easy, but I mean, you guys saw how my first cookies turned out. Like, when Rocky was at my place, she was all like, you know, I saw the photo the first time you tried baking, and like, you're baking now. And she was like, wow, it's so hope core. And I was like, thanks. Honestly, cheesecake is really easy to bake. Like, cheesecake, I want to say, is like the easiest to bake. Like, if you want to start baking, you can't fuck up cheesecake. And if you did, I'd be really, really impressed. Lunch break over. Okay, bye. See you maybe later. But you enjoy a turtle cheesecake. Okay, maybe turtle cheesecake's a little bit advanced, but cheesecake is really easy. You register for a big major in Chicago. Ooh, fun. Got me tissue. Cheesecake can crack though. It's fine. If you're not serving it to anybody, whether your cheesecake cracks or not, you're the one eating it, right? Or if you put enough whipped cream on top, nobody can tell. Whipped cream and fruit. I don't know this hearsay, but I really don't care if my cheesecake cracks. I was like, it tastes fucking fire, so I don't really care too much about that. I also don't know how people's things crack, but I guess. I mean, I guess I've had what was it that cracked recently? Yeah, I mean, in the end, it all goes to the same place. Don't really care too much if it cracks. Let's see. What? Is there something else I can order at House of Prime? I can order a veggie plate at House of Prime Rib. Okay, I think that's a bit too much. I think it's a bit too much. Is fish option always halibut? 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 Grilled veggies and pasta, baked potato from Seabass. There's a secret veggie plate that's fire too. I can't believe I'm going to fucking House of Prime Rib and ordering veggies. That's terrible. But I really don't think I can handle any more meat. Like, I'm out-meated this weekend, you guys. You know, I actually really don't like human. But the Chinese barbecue skewers were really good. Like, I'm on like a... There was like a... I like eating like off-lao stuff, so I like eating like hearts and gizzards and intestines and all that kind of stuff. And they had this pig intestine with like a whole clove of garlic in it. It was freaking fire. It was so good. I don't think macarons are as hard as people say that they are. I just hate folding. I just hate folding by hand. My arms are too weak. Crispy guts are always good. People always look at when I was ordering, like everyone else that was there was ordering like a bunch of like, you know, like just like sticks of like lamb and like beef, and then but they kept bringing out all like the weird shit that I ordered first. Like I got like stinky tofu, and then I got the pig intestines. I got like heart and everything, and they were like, "What the fuck? Can you order something normal?" And I was like, "But it's delicious." And I had it with beer as well, and it was great. Mm-mm. But yeah, okay. I think I'm done yapping. So if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go play Wuwa now. But I don't know how to do this on the YouTube stream. Do I just end the VOD here and send you, or do I just change the category of my stream on you? This is the problem with YouTube. Can we just change the category live? I hate this. But then like you have to change your thumbnail, and it's like, oh, wow. I love chicken skin. I love gizzards. Could always just add Wubo to the title. I mean, I'll probably change it later. Hates folding and yet folds under minimum pressure. You should just reading to love it at this point. Autocorrect fucked my life. No, it's okay. Last night, Tonya sent me a thank you for like having her and her friends over for dinner and everything. But her autocorrect made her send y'all, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I have never heard what? Like, who have you been talking to at school that taught you how to say y'all? Let's see. But yes, I have been waiting forever to play this patch. I have scrolled past so many spoilers. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to do this. Give me a second. You got Sigrika yesterday? Wow, you pulled. I heard that apparently her DPS room is actually quite high. Like, higher than, like, Karthia even. Is what I have heard personally. But I don't play for meta. I play for waifu. It just happens that my waifu is meta. Okay, let me change my category to... Let me change it to... Denia, sorry, I mean Sigrika. Oh my god, but I really like... I was like praying that I wouldn't like her EP song. It ended up being so cute and so freaking like Disney princess core, and I was like, fuck, I gotta sing this. Fuck. Anyone can be meta if you pull them enough times. I might fold and get S6. Wow! Wow! That you like her that much? Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'm worried now. I'm not pulling. I already can't. I already committed to this. I'm not. I'm gonna get my S6 A myth. I can't. With my peer heart. Okay, I actually got interviewed on a YouTube channel, at the Tulip exhibition, and I was panicking and freaked out a little bit. And I accidentally said something about a pure heart and clear intentions. I almost shot myself in the foot. I was like, what the fuck? What the hell does that even mean, Yuuna? Sorry, my game is updating real quick. Hello, Uwa. I might use corals for S2. The only time I have ever used corals for pools and not just copies was Mornay. I was pretty desperate. I was like, Mornay was like desperation hours. My pure heart, Uwu. Click update. There's another update? I thought I updated it last time. Have fun with Uwu, okay? I mean, it's just a story, Omni. You should be able to watch it without getting too sick, I think. Okay, YouTube. Let me figure this out real quick. We got this. We got this. Okay, so I'm gonna end the YouTube streamy, and then I'm going to send you over to delete forever. No. You change this waiting room to it's 12:30. Okay, 12:30 p.m. Save. And then I'm gonna go yap, girl. Okay. I got this. Okay, you guys are gonna get redirected, okay? Don't go anywhere. If you go anywhere, you hate me, you want me dead. Okay. Redirect. Add. Lua. Save. Okay. And then I think I should be able to now go here. And then click end here. Okay, bye YouTube. Okay.